Okay, so the first card you've got for your past is this Eight of Pentacles, the work card, the slogging away card. Okay, so yeah, what's standing out to me in this spread, because I'm just looking right next to him, it's this Magician. And I think, usually the center card in this spread, of this spread, this is my own spread actually, just tooting my horn. The central card is the key card. But for me, it really feels like the Magician's the key card here, because the Magician is Aries. The Magician's you in your element. The Magician is you at your best. At your best. You've got the Fool that represents you as well, and what's the other one? I can't remember. Emperor, that's right, the Emperor as well. But the Fool and the Emperor are really not you in your element. The Emperor's forceful, but he's a bit bossy and he can be a bit angry. The Fool, I love the Fool, but sometimes he can be a bit thoughtless. But the Magician is you at your absolute best, working at your peak, all the tools in front of you, manifesting what you need to manifest. And so I think that's the key card in this whole spread. And I think you've been working up to be able to manifest, or being able to manifest something for a while, actually. I'm actually seeing, because I've seen this in your readings for a while, you've been working up to this thing you've been trying to do. It's a spiritual process that you've been through. Again, you've got the High Priestess next to this Magician. So I think you've actually been through a really, really big spiritual process. And you might not realize it, because what I'm seeing is you kind of think, well, I haven't been through a spiritual process. I'm just Aries. I know what I'm doing, and I already know what I'm doing, which is typical Aries. But say if you look back over the last 3 or 4 years, the way you see things is completely different to way back then. The way your life is, the way everything is, the way you approach things, the way you see everything is completely different from, say, 4 or 5, 3 years ago, around that time. It's almost like you're in a different world then. And that's because you've spiritually evolved to get to this point now. So what I'm seeing with the Magician and this Eight of Pentacles here is, it's like you're tied between two things. This is what I'm getting. So, you're working away, you've got your head down. This is this Eight of Pentacles energy. And this is you. So you're doing your day-to-day work, you're working away, you've got your head down, and you're totally focused. And this is what you're like. You totally, totally focus. You work yourself into the ground, and you just keep working and working and working. And I think that's what your strength is, but it's also your weakness. Because what the Magician's telling you is, to get to what you want to manifest, sometimes you need to take a step back from that. Step back from the daily list. Oh, today I've got to do this and that and this and that. And then this day goes, and then the next day, oh, I've got the next list. I have to do this and this and this and this. That's fine. Hard work gets us where we want to go. But I think what this is telling you is, take a step back from your day-to-day work. Think about who you want to be. You want to be the Magician. Think about how you're going to get there and start planning that. Because you can't do that. You can't take a step back and see the big picture and plan for the bigger things if you're just doing the day-to-day little things like this man in the Eight of Pentacles. I think that's what that's telling you. Now, there is something outside of your daily work, if this is you, that you do want to manifest. It's a big, huge thing. And I've seen this for so long with you, Aries. I really, really have. You can't manifest that until you do take this step back. So that's for someone who wants to do that. So take a step back, get some time to yourself. If you can, I don't know if you meditate. It's probably hard for an Aries to meditate. It's hard for me to do that. I can, but I've had to really practice at that. So see if you can do that, because I think if you can get that time out from your day-to-day life, from this, okay, today I have to do this and this and this, and tomorrow I have to do if you take time out from that and you rest, that's when the plans come in, that's when the ideas come in, that's when everything comes in, and you can be that full Magician, and that's the true you. So yeah, the other thing I'm getting here is with this thing that you're trying to manifest, there's a little bit of secretiveness around this with this high priestess there. That can be about being secretive. So, and I think if this is you, I think you're right not to tell people about this. Yeah, I'm seeing secretiveness around this thing you want to manifest, but also generally, I think you're a little bit more secretive than you used to be. You used to be a lot more open, generally, than you are now, and you've closed off a bit. You're not saying as much. You're not opening up to as many people as you used to. So I think on that level, on that kind of social level, if that's you, I don't think that's good for you. I think you need that outlet. But you've been so focused on your work in this Eight of Pentacles. I think you need to step back and have that outlet where you speak to more people. But with this thing you want to manifest, if you're keeping that to yourself, I think that is a very good thing for you to be doing. I think it's really good for you to be doing that. Because, again, just looking at this magician, my eye keeps on going back there all the time. If you think about, a traditional magician that everyone thinks about on a stage, and, you see this magician, he's up there on the stage and the audience is watching him, and, he doesn't show you how he does his trick. He goes about his trick and he does whatever he does, and it's all hidden up his sleeve and in boxes and whatever he does. And then at the end, he comes out with a result. And everyone's amazed, everyone's shocked and amazed, and they all clap and they all think it's wonderful. And that's how you have to be. You don't want to reveal what you're doing to people around you, especially some specific people around you. You just want them to see the result. And I think when they do see the result, and I think you will get this manifestation, you absolutely will, you will shock a lot of people. You will shock a lot of people, just like a traditional magician. Yeah, there's a specific person here in your family. Might be more than one, actually. But I am getting a specific person here. Yeah, this is what I'm getting. Don't listen to this person. Don't listen to them. Yeah, someone's got really low expectations of you, actually. And they're 100% wrong. They're absolutely wrong. Having low expectations, that's a horrible way of keeping people down. Really, really horrible, and I hate that. It makes me really angry, actually. So ignore that person, don't listen to what they say, and I think it's best, again, to not hide, but, don't tell them what you're doing. Don't tell them what your ambitions are. Don't tell them what you want to manifest. Don't tell them anything. If you're busy, just say, oh, I've been busy. Don't tell them what you're doing, because I think they'll start and say, oh, you can't do that. You couldn't do that. No, all that kind of thing. You just don't need that. You really don't. And also you need to have that step back. You need to see the big picture, and then you need to focus on that manifestation. And you don't need any of that rubbish in your head. Yeah, I'm literally seeing a face here. I'm getting someone's face. I know this is specific. There's a face. This is this nasty person. There's a face. And they're actually smiling at you, sneering at you a bit. It's like, you can't do that. You can't do this. You can't. I'm getting that. So yeah, the best thing to do is, again, be like the magician. Don't say anything to them. Don't say, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Don't say anything. Just show them your actions at the end. Show them, and they'll see your actions, and they'll be really shocked. Very, very shocked. Actions speak louder than words. Actions speak louder than words, and that's what you'll do, I think. Okay, so I'm just looking at this Four of Cups now. So obviously that's about rejection. So I think someone feels a little bit rejected. It's not you, it's someone around you. Yeah, this is what it's like. It's like, oh, I'm left out of the loop. I'm left out of the loop. That's what I'm getting. And if you look at this Eight of Pentacles again, that can be about a loop, repetition. He's making these things, and it's like he's a machine, and everything's going around and around in a loop, repetition, going around and around, like a conveyor belt in a factory, going around in this loop. And someone feels left out of the loop. They feel rejected by you. Now, it might just be because you're very busy, because again, I keep on seeing you as this Eight of Pentacles. You've got your head down, you're focused on that, you're not giving a lot of people around you much attention. So I think this is someone, okay, so I think this is for people who are in a relationship, actually. So if you're in a relationship, what I'm getting from someone, this person you're with, this, your partner, is that they feel as if they've tried to open up to you. They feel as if they've tried to talk to you. They feel as if they've tried to tell you something important. They want to talk to you. And they feel like they've tried a few times. But you haven't responded in the way they want. So they're left out of your loop. They feel as if you're cutting them out, you're leaving them out. And, this is what I'm getting. Okay, I've tried, I've opened up, I've told them, I've said this, I've said that. It's their turn now. I'm waiting for them to come forward and talk to me. That's what I'm getting with someone if you're in a relationship. Now, I don't know if you realise this, I don't know if you know this, because usually Aries will come out and say something. If you want to say something to someone, you'll come out and say this. So it's either that you don't realise that that's what's happening with this person, or you don't want to talk to them on purpose. I doubt that, though. I doubt that, because it just feels like you're very, very busy. But what I can tell you is they're waiting for you. They're waiting for you to reach out to them. And they feel as if you should be the one to reach out to them for some reason. I don't know if you agree with that, but that's how they feel. And there's lots and lots of silence around them. So if you're in a relationship with someone, if you're noticing they've gone very quiet, that's why. They're taking a step back. I don't think they want to be away from you. They don't want to be away from you. They do have feelings for you. They don't want to get out of this relationship. But they feel as if you need to come and talk to them, or come forward to them and be the one to make a move, because they've done all the moves. They've made all the moves towards you. That's what I'm seeing here. So they're waiting for you. And just looking at this Two of Wands, you can see that here as well, because, if you look at this man, he's looking out over the sea. But he's not walking yet. He's not leaving yet. So it looks like it's crossed their mind. I hate saying this to you, but it looks like it's crossed their mind. They've thought, if they don't come forward, if they never come forward, if they keep on ignoring me, I might actually move on. I might move forward. I don't want to. I don't think I can, because I've got this wand behind me. If you look at this man, he's got a wand in front of him and a wand behind him. So they're thinking, what are my options if I move out of this relationship? What does the future look like for me if I move out of this? But then they don't want to move forward. They can't, because they've got this wand behind them, and they're always going to have you there, and they're thinking about you. They can't leave you behind. So that's where they are. They're kind of caught in the middle. If that's you, they want you to come and talk to them. So if that's you, if you're in this relationship, or whatever this love connection is, if you really, really, really care about this person, please talk to them. Please talk to them, because it feels like they're stuck. They can't move backwards or forwards, and they're waiting for you to come forwards and talk to them. Please get your head out of your work, like this man in the Eight of Pentacles, because your head's stuck in things. Your head's stuck in the day-to-day. I'm seeing that everywhere. Your head's stuck in, okay, today I've got to do this, today I've got to do that. And I think that might be what the problem is. You've got your head down. You haven't got your head up, noticing what's around you. So if that's you, please talk to this this person you're in this relationship with, if you're in a relationship. Okay, so a couple more things I'm getting in this Two of Wands here. Again, take a step back from the day-to-day. I'm getting this again. Take a step back from the day-to-day. Look at the difference between this man and the man in the Eight of Pentacles. This man's not doing anything. It looks like he's just standing there. And you might say, as someone who's very, very busy and someone who's a hard worker, you might look at this man and you might say, well, he's lazy. Look at me, I'm the Eight of Pentacles, I'm here doing my work. What's he doing? He's just standing there and he's looking out at the view. That's really lazy. No, he's actually doing a lot of very useful things. He's taking a step back from his day-to-day and he's looking at the big picture. He's holding the world in his heart. He can see the big picture in front of him. Again, that's another message telling you that that's what you need to do. And go out in nature, Look at this, literally. Go out in nature if you can. Go and be by the water, near the water. This man's looking at the water. I'm seeing lots of water here. Do something like that to kind of take a step back and let the ideas come in and let the planning come in. And I think if you do that, you'll manifest what you want and you'll manifest yourself into your full self, which is this magician here. So yeah, that's, I keep on getting the same advice all the way through this. So I'm not going to say any more about that now. Okay, right, so there's something else I'm getting here. With this Two of Wands, I'm getting two people. Yeah, I don't like saying these kinds of things, but I think someone needs to hear this. Yeah, I'm getting a loss. It feels like a double loss. It feels like you lost one person and then there was someone else near them was lost as well. So it feels like family. I don't think this is someone you were super close to when they were here for some reason. But I think you're really, really feeling this loss. It's affecting you a lot more than you thought it would. And so, yeah, I just want to say this to someone, especially if this is you. So there are two people and, yeah, they're together now. They wanted to be together. They wanted to be together. They're together now. And they're happy, they're at their happiest when they're together. So I just want you to know that if that's you. I hope that helps someone. Yeah, it might be a couple actually, because they're supposed to be together and they're at their happiest being together. That's what I'm seeing for someone. So I hope that helps you. I hope that brings you some comfort if that's you. Yeah, I don't like saying things like that. Okay. All right, so the first card you've got for your present is this amazing magician. Again, this is you. This is you at your best, in your element. This is the true you. Again, I'm seeing family around this, and I think you're trying to hide this thing. You're trying to manifest. You're trying to protect yourself. I'm getting that. Yeah, because there aren't many people. This is what I'm getting. There aren't many people that understand you. Especially in your family, other people as well, but especially in your family, it's like very, 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 very few people understand you at all. It's almost like you're in another galaxy from a lot of people in your family, and so you only trust very few people. Especially, I keep on getting family. I don't know why, but you only trust very, very, very few people. And yeah, you know. I think what this magician's telling you is, if you're heading toward this manifestation, if there's something you've always wanted to do, and I think you've always wanted to do this ever since you were small, you've always done this in some form. I think you've either practiced this, or you've played doing this, or you've imagined doing this ever since you were very small. What this is telling you is, you'll always have these tools in front of you, like this magician. He's got the tools in front of you. He's always had them. You've always had these tools, and you'll always have the tools and the skills to be able to do this. You'll never lose that. You'll never lose that. He's got this infinity symbol above his head. And I feel as if I have to say this for someone who might be a little bit up and down in their confidence. Oh, can I really do this? I don't know. It's a little bit like your confidence goes up and down in waves, if this is you. But I just want you to know this. You'll never lose your abilities. No one can take them away from you. Even if they say things, even if they tell you you can't do this or whatever, it doesn't matter. These skills are yours. These tools are yours. You will always have those skills. You'll always have that inside you. You will always have this ability inside you. Go toward the thing you want to do. Be the magician. No one can take that away from you. You're always going to have that. So someone needs to know that. Okay, right. Okay, so right. I'm still looking at this magician, and I'm looking at that. I'm looking at a sequence between the magician and the Page of Cups now. Right. Now, just watch out for a message. Now, there's a message that might come in for you. Now, this is something to do with, it feels like a mixture of friendship and work, actually. But I'm getting a bit of a strange feeling. I'm not getting a good feeling around this. So I just have to say that before I say any more. Yeah, watch out for a message that comes in, because yeah, there's a warning around this actually. Yeah, there's an offer coming in with this Page of Cups here, and it's a message, and it's some kind of work offer. It feels very, very casual. So it might come in an email, or some kind of text like that, or a message. It's very, very casual. So this offer, so if it's an offer of partnership, it feels like it might be something like that, or some kind of business partnership, or someone wants you to work with them. It's something like that. Now, if that comes into you, I think the first thing you'll notice about this offer is that there's something in writing, and I think you'll say, well, that looks very, it does look very, it looks very casual. It looks very, there might be things like spelling mistakes. There might be things like grammar might not be right. There might be things like, they haven't expressed, the paragraphs properly. They haven't expressed themselves properly. It's something like that. And you'll look at this and you'll say, well, who's written this? This isn't someone who I can really take very seriously. And I think you'll kind of have a bit of a strange feeling around this, because on the one hand, they look friendly. It looks like a friendly person. It might be your friend, it might be someone that you've joked with or talked with or something like that, because that's what I'm getting with the Page of Cups. He's very friendly, he's by the beach and he's got this funny costume on and he's having fun with this fish. He's joking around. So they're fun. They're not a bad person to have around you. But I think when it comes to business, they don't take, or whatever this partnership is, they don't take things very seriously. And I think that comes across in that kind of sloppiness in the way they express themselves. And so if you get an email or a text or a message or something like that about this offer, I think right away you're going to say, well, I don't know if I can take them seriously. And the other thing about you is, because you're the magician, you're very powerful. You're at your most powerful when you're by yourself. So I think you're going to think, well, I like working by myself. I'd rather be by myself. I like having control over things. I like minding my own business. I don't like people knowing about my business. So there's that too. So I think with those two things and the feeling you're going to get around this, I think you might not want to do this. But then there's this other side of this where this person's friendly and they're kind and they're nice, so you might think, well, they're very nice to me, I don't want to disappoint them. So you've got these two things going backwards and forwards. Yeah, I definitely think you'll pick up on this. You'll pick up on this sloppiness. And yeah, there's something that might, if you say yes to this, I really, really think, I really want to warn you here, because I think I'm just looking down at this Nine of Cups here now. If you say yes to this offer, I think there's something that you'll find out later on that you don't know now. There's something you'll find out about them later on, because when you look at this Nine of Cups, obviously something's being hidden behind this curtain. So there's something about the way they operate, and you're getting the hint in the way this offer's coming across. But yeah, there's something about the way they operate that isn't good. They're trying to hide that from you, or you don't know about this yet with this curtain that's here in the Nine of Cups. And also, there's a little bit of jealousy here, I think, because I'm just looking at these two pages here, because you've got the Page of Cups and then down there you've got the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords is a little bit jealous. He's a little bit envious, not all the time, but I'm seeing that here. So he's looking back at that curtain there. So I think you'll realise later on that there are a lot of problems around this person. They're not a good person to have around you in a business sense. If they're a friend, keep them as a friend. Don't keep them as a business partner or whatever. Don't mix business with pleasure. Sometimes it works, but I think when it comes to this person, it's not going to work. And there's also something, I'm just not getting a good feeling around them as a person, actually. I have to be honest and say that to you. And I think that's because I'm looking at that curtain here. And anyone that hides things from you isn't a good person to be around or to have around you. That's what I'm seeing. So maybe they're a good person to laugh with sometimes on a casual basis, but maybe not to take seriously, if that makes sense.